Good morning, and get up, now count me in. Hughesy and Erin, Hughesy and Erin. Gather on your radio now for Hughesy and Erin.
The Hughesy, Ed and Erin podcast.
I feel like we just did a version of The Masked Singer when we had an argument about a Taylor Swift video. It was two people arguing back and forth about, NFL, yes?
Yes.
And I thought that the one getting angry was a woman, and Erin, you told me it was a bloke.
Definitely,
yes?
Yep.
But so now we've seen the video. It is a bloke, but he's about 10 years old. Oh. So it's a prepubescent boy, and that's why he sounds like a woman. So we've cleared that up. So I think that's...
We're not talking to the boy with that. We've gone on to Masked Singer. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It was a boy, yes.
Yeah, there's a difference
and let's
between a
hope
boy...
that he never hears any of this.
No, he's a little boy. He sounds like a woman. When puberty hits, he will sound different.
Hey, dig up.
I'm not.
You know what he's going to sound like post-pubescent? You know, I used to have this crush on this guy. We used to call him pro-pube boy. And he was like 13 when we were like 13. And he'd gone through puberty and none of the other boys had. And he had this weird moustache and this deep voice. And we called him pro-pube boy. He's
probably a really good athlete, and then everyone caught up and he came back to the pack.
Yep.
So, Masked Singer last night, Shayna Blaze was revealed. She can sing really well, and the shock from the fact that she's not a professional singer. Can we hear a bit of her singing? Is that right? I mean, she could have been Sheena Easton, as far as I knew. She's still alive, Sheena Easton?
Never heard of that person. Who is that?
You've never heard of Sheena Easton?
Well,
that's Pat.
Never heard of Sheena.
Beneteau? What's that song, Call Me? Is it? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Blondie, mate. That's Blondie.
That's Blondie.
Oh,
yes.
All right. So, look, they're all well-known people. But Shayna Blaze is on a TV show on the other channel.
At the same time.
Yes. She's part of The Block. So, and we asked her, I don't know if it made the cut or not, we asked her about it, and she said The Block didn't know that she was doing The Masked Singer.
Because I would have thought contractually, particularly for one of their highest rating shows, which The Block is, that their talent would have to be exclusive. But you're saying she did it and didn't even tell them.
She said she doesn't have an exclusive clause in her contract, so she thought, hang on, I love to sing. I was a cabaret singer. I've been a singer in my past. People don't really know about it now. I'm going to get back into the singing world. I'm going to go on The Masked Singer, and The Block can find out on the night. So Scotty Cam would have found out while he was sitting down with his popcorn last night watching The Masked Singer, and then the head would have come up and gone, oh, my God, it's Shayna.
Are you trying to say that Scott?
Yes, he does. He watches The Masked Singer night after night. He's absolutely into The Masked Singer, Scotty Cam. Really? I mean, he watches it with his sons.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, they're adults.
So you've now basically now night are going to have to sack two people. Now that you've just said that live on air, Scott and Shayna are gone.
That's all right. They watch The Block on catch up. So that adds to their overall numbers at the end of the month or whenever they come up with their overall numbers.
Don't forget about those overall numbers, guys. Don't forget about them. They're a big part of it, man. No one pays attention. You've got to add all the repeats in. Add the repeats in and the ones on that secondary channel.
And before you know it, every show's rating 10 million.
Yay! The Hughesy, Ed and Erin podcast.
Court is available to stream now, all 6 episodes at once on Stan.
I love Stan. I love how Stan really back in local content and which is fantastic.
Yeah,
also
I think they needed local content off the back of the Rugby World Cup capitulation of the Wallabies because that was a big deal for Stan too. So luckily they've got this to fall back on.
Well, let's hear a little taste.
Hopes are fading tonight for 4 Australian soldiers missing in the island nation of Bahati Prinsloo.
Americans. We're not American. We're Australian, like Crocodile Dundee. You're all going to die. Wait, you don't want to kill us? With all the focus on us, you could convince anyone of anything.
There are 4 young souls searching the heavens for an angel to set them free.
Last voice you hear there is of Sean Penn, but the man who put it all together is Mr. Kit Gurry, who joins us in the studio.
So good to see you.
Nice to see you. Yeah, a bit puffed. Had to run up past some stairs and
Didn't you catch a lift?
There was a lift, but there was stairs to the lift.
Prior to the
Come on,
lift.
you're harassing me immediately.
But also,
go with my story.
I go hard early, my friend.
How would your mate Tom Cruise feel about you now whinging about a couple of stairs, mate?
No,
I mean,
it wasn't the stairs. There was a tradie just giving me the up yours. I was on the phone trying to find out where the building
They're
was.
always so nice to me, the tradies. That's so bizarre.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder what the difference is. No, Tom. Actually, I thought you might like a little Tom anecdote.
Yeah, we always love Tom Cruise.
Off the thing.
Yeah.
The first day of that film, Edge of Tomorrow, me and two of the other actors we got in a van from London, and we had to stop at this hotel called the Grove to get to the studio. And we were there, and a helicopter landed right as we were waiting for one of the other actors to come out of the building. And we started looking at each other, and we were like, "It's got to be TC." And we hadn't met him yet.
Yeah.
And we waited for about 10 minutes. Helicopter just sitting there right next to us in the grounds of the hotel. And then the door of the hotel opened, and at a full sprint through the door came Tom Cruise, sunnies on, leather jacket, at a full finger-pointing sprint, and just out the door, straight past us, caught eyes with us, and goes, "Guys." And then, boom, into the helicopter. And then the helicopter just took off and flew away. we knew that it was going to be a pretty fun couple of months after that.
Mate, you've had a brilliant career, but is this a bit different for you where you're absolutely writing, directing and overseeing a production? Have you done that much in your life?
No, not much at all. It's funny, you become an actor because you hate being told what to do at school. Yeah. And you don't want it. You hate authority.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you find yourself in a job where people tell you what to wear, what to say, where to walk, what time to get there. And you really get told what to do the whole time. So this was fun to get on the other side for a little while and tell a few other people what to do.
Sean Penn, there were so many reports at the time about him being in Sydney, and no one had any idea why he was here. He was spotted at pubs. He had a regular drinking hole, etc., etc. How did you, A, get him in your movie, and B, what was it like walking around Sydney with Sean Penn?
The first part was just through a series of very, very fortunate events. He saw a little teaser that me and the boys made to try and get the show made. And he rang me up. He got my number.
He approached you?
Yeah.
But how did he see it? I mean, how do you get your teaser in front?
Through a friend. It was during lockdown. So we made it just before lockdown, and then there was a lockdown going, and he visited a friend at my house, actually, in Los Angeles. And I knew him peripherally through Emil Hirsch, who did Into the Wild, which is Sean's movie, and he and I did Speed Racer all around the same time. So I knew Sean, and obviously admired him very much, and he saw it. And the friend rang me on FaceTime, and I'd sent her the teaser, and I said, "Oh, what'd you think?" And she goes, "Oh, someone wants to say hello." And then she turned the phone, and there was Sean on FaceTime. And anyway, he said, "This is perfectly inappropriate." And he said, "I'll give you 3 choices. A, let me help you get it made," because he really liked it. And then he said, "B, you let me join you on the journey, and we'll make it together. Or C, you can tell me to go fuck myself."
So you went with B?
Did that get bleeped out? That's what he said.
Oh my God! Wait, which option did you choose?
Yeah, definitely not C.
not C.
B, yeah.
No, I went with B, and then and he was unbelievable. He just creatively, obviously, a maverick who just kind of. Is uncompromising in, what he needs to do, what he needs to get what he wants creatively, but just one of the team. When he was down here, he was just chilling with everyone, and we were going to pubs and restaurants and hanging out.
He has a reputation for being volatile, that's fair to say. Did you see any of that? Did he explode at any point during the journey?
No, definitely no volatility in that sense. It's more... He doesn't live by the rules creatively. So we were told, or I was told very clearly, we shot a scene that you'll see in the show with Carl Stefanovic and Alison Langdon. And I was told that they were coming off the Today Show. They'd been working since 3 a.m. You have 1 hour. You have to shoot them really fast. You got to get them in and out, And as they walked onto the set, Sean was standing next to me, and they were walking over, and I introduced them. And Sean looks at me and taps me on the shoulder, and he goes, "My energy's a bit low." And I said, "Oh, do you want me to get you a Coca-Cola or a Barocca or a..." And he goes, "I'm going to go and eat a steak." and he just walked off set. And I kept checking in saying, where is he? And they said, he's down eating a steak.
How did Carl deal with that?
Carl was great. Both he and Alison were unbelievable. Once they got there, they were there for hours. They were there for the entire day. Well, yeah, mate, waiting for the steak to be cooked, yeah.
Well, who was it, Hughesy, on The Masked Singer that was a bit similar that you got in trouble for revealing?
Oh, no, Lindsay Lohan. She'd just wander off and come back 6 hours later.
But I must say,
Sailor nearly died in the mask.
As a tag to that story, when he came back from eating the steak, you think it's sort of this random thing that he's doing, but he came back with this serviette, and he'd written this speech on the serviette, and he looked at me and he said, "What do you think about that?" And I read it, and I was just like, "There it is. That's perfect." And that's exactly what he says in the show. So he
knew what he needed to get that out.
Yeah,
he's a genius.
Wow, that's
mate.
incredible.
He's a genius.
The show is brilliant, and well done for you to getting it made and getting it out there. It's everyone's got to see it. Yes, get Stan. If you haven't got to get Stan for it.
It's on right now. It's called Court, and it is out right now.
The new Today FM.
Very full-on secret. Someone took a revenge, as in they slept with their partner's boss, their partner's best friend, because they found out their partner was sleeping with other women. Good for the goose, good for the gander. Tit for tat, some would say. Others would say an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind eventually. Where do we stand on this sort of thing, and where do our callers stand?
Should we find out from our listeners first, and we can express our opinions?
Ricky.
Preservative, like.
Oh,
Hi.
no. What do you reckon? It's okay to get even, isn't it, Ricky?
I've never done it personally, but in this situation, I would say, yeah, do it. Go for it. Get even, girlfriend.
Yes.
So, and then come back to the home, like, you know, we've all got our own stories to tell. Yeah.
Of revenge sex. Do we?
No, I'm saying that, yeah. So, but then you don't, it's a tricky one, isn't it?
It's a really tricky one.
It's a tricky one. Who else
Let's find
wants
out
to speak about
what someone else
Hello, Shondell. You are a big fan of a bit of revenge action, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Why?
Sorry to disappoint you.
Why?
Yeah. What do you say?
Think, honestly, when I was younger, yes, you have a partner and you feel hurt, so you lash out. But I think as you grow, you realise that it only makes you feel worse.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make you any better than that person. It actually makes you worse because you did it with the knowledge.
Yeah. So have you got
that
personal
you're doing
experience?
It to hurt people. Yeah,
Personal
absolutely.
yeah,
I was young
so-
and stupid.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit older now. I'm very happily married. There's no
did you
way I
immediately-
wouldn't have a conversation with my husband.
But you immediately went back in the day, and obviously, when there's a statute of limitations, so no one's judging here. But back in the day, when you did do the revenge stuff, did you go and tell your partner that you'd done it?
Oh, look, at the start, no. There's a little bit of, just being able to dig the knife in without telling him, or it is that. But it says more about you as a person to do that than them. Like, you're not as low as that person. They've gone out of their way with no concern of you. They're just thinking of themselves. Like, it is a really selfish act.
So you
if you're in a
regret having...
partnership, it's a partnership.
But so you
don't
regret
do
having
that.
done it. You regret having done it.
Yeah, absolutely. It didn't make me feel any better.
See, that's the
key.
key,
It
Shondell.
didn't make me sleep at night knowing that I was just as low as he was.
Yeah, I think it's like, for me, if someone's cheated on you or done the dirty or hurt you in that way, I think it's whatever helps you get through that. And I don't think it's about them anymore. It doesn't matter. They've done what they've done. They don't deserve anything from you. So if going out and doing that, would make you feel better, go do it. If you're like me and probably Shondell as well, and say, you know what, that's just going to make me feel worse, I don't want to lower myself, then you don't do it. I think whatever you do to
how
get
do you
through
know
it,
until
you
you've
do
done
it.
it, though?
Well, I think most people know themselves to that degree fairly well. I think if you're someone who's going to go out and do it, you know how you're going to feel the next morning, essentially, if you've done a bit of work on yourself and you understand your emotions, which, let's be honest, most people don't. Really good point. I've done a year's worth of therapy, so I am so learned, but I don't know about others.
So let's go with majority rules here. And what does the majority say, Ed?
80% do not know how to party. They don't think it's a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Yeah, you go, guys.
So keep that. Yeah, keep the.
But it could also help you
space.
feel better, and then it might save your relationship because then you don't feel as bad about what they did. You're not as hurt about what they did because you've then hurt them back, and they don't need to know about it. And then you can carry on without the deep hurt you have because you know you've hurt them, and then you guys can be happy ever.
There's not one answer for all, is what you're saying. You know, do what makes you happy. Yep.
Yep. Go with that.
This is the Hughesy, Ed and Erin podcast.
So I bought my mother a mobility scooter about 11 years ago, or 10 years ago. Actually, 2014, so almost 10 years ago when she had an issue with her balance. It was top of the range, a shoprider. And Mum's sick at the moment, so the family have been gathering around her, and I don't have a license, as you know. I've lost that for 3 months. So, been doing a lot of walking, and my brother and brother-in-law said, how about you use the shoprider? And I felt like I shouldn't use the shoprider because I don't have mobility issues. But they were at me. And yesterday I caved in. I said, all right, I'm going to use the shoprider to go get a coffee run. So... you guys know what I'm talking about, mobility scooters.
Yeah,
you've seen them.
Generally used by the elderly,
people with mobility
issues.
issues.
Yeah, absolutely. But generally they're on the older side, but there's also absolutely younger people. Generally they're on the older side.
I know, but I had an incident with a younger person on a mobility scooter yesterday.
God.
That's a thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
so,
that's what you... God.
Yeah, so I took the scooter and...
How fast does it go, out of interest? Like, give us an idea of just what you would look like on it. Like, is it like that car chase in South Park where they were all in slow motion?
Have a listen, and you can see this vision. You will be able to see this vision on our socials, but have a listen to me. This is me being filmed as I'm about to take off. So I'm going to put on maximum, and you're going to see how fast we go. Oh, here we go. Zoom! See you later, suckers! When you've got to say zoom,
I'm
it's probably
watching
not a
the
zoom.
video. Yeah,
it's not
That's
a zoom.
quite quick though. Actually, it's quicker than I would have thought.
I'd say it's a brisk walk.
Yeah.
Probably not a brisk. It's just below a brisk walk.
I reckon a slow jog.
I don't think it's a slow jog.
I think it's a slow jog.
Well, not the one I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just looked at it. It looks quite quick. But yeah, so you went on it to go get coffee.
It did bring other people out from the estate. My mother lives on an estate generally with older retired people, and a couple of crossed arms on the front paths. And I think judgmental stares at me on the shoprider, which I had paid for, by the way. So
did they hear you yell out, "See you later, suckers"?
They might have, actually. It might have brought them out. And I thought, I know, there might be some sort of email going through.
I told you, you just can't look like you're mocking, and that I reckon
wasn't
was
mocking.
We're
having a bit of fun. So I hit the streets. I hit the open road. And, as soon as I turned the corner onto the open road, something weird happened. I heard music behind me, like a beatbox coming for me.
You were on the footpath?
I was on the footpath, but I'm like, what the hell is behind me? The timing was unbelievable. It was incredible timing. So just hit the open road out of the estate, and then this mad music going behind me, and I'm thinking, what the hell? What is that? And then I turned to my right, and I've actually recorded I didn't get the actual incident. But this is me talking about what was. I actually got overtaken by a guy in a blue one. He had a beatbox going, had his dog with him. I said, how fast are you going? He said, faster than you. And
it sounds like there's this like community of like with bus drivers give each other the nod. Like there's kind of like an unspoken code with mobility scooteries. Like you're part of a club.
I wanted to know how fast he was going. He just wouldn't tell me. I think he might have rigged it up. So I think he was illegal, but apparently that guy is well known in the local area. Absolutely terrorizes on his mobility scooter with his beatbox and his dog. Yeah, it was just some fun to be had out there, I can tell you. Wow. So anyway, that was a good day.
So would you consider giving up your Volvo for a mobility scooter?
No, not fast enough. But yeah, a good option if your license is suspended, I would say.
There it is.
The Hughesy, Ed and Erin podcast.
The Amazing Race Australia Celebrity Edition continues Wednesday, October 11 at 7:30 p.m. on 10 and 10 Play. And
Can it continue though? Can it continue when the stars the stars of It's All True podcast. These two legends, when they leave something, surely they just shut it down, don't they? What's
I
the
don't
point of going
see
on?
any other Gold Logie winners on this seat. No, there ain't none. I say it's game over for Amazing Race.
Because the publicist wouldn't be happy for us
to
talk
sorry about that, Tim.
Grant and Shezzy Denya, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Woo!
Now, Grant, you know we've supported you all the way, as we have this morning already, and we admire your
awful.
bravery.
Yeah,
very sympathetic.
You've been really awful.
I felt nurtured and loved.
Yeah. But really, you felt shamed for daring to show emotion and daring to have a medical episode that you can't control.
It's like it had nothing to do with me. You know, if blood runs from your brain and your organs can't function and you nearly die, it's not like I had a say in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, Shezzy, by the way, we did talk you up big time, as we always do, because you deserve it. But Grant, come on, mate, you've won Dancing with the Stars twice. We know that Ed Cavalier knows the pressure that puts on a body, you know, and look at him, and he couldn't survive. You survived that twice. A little bit of a dance comp in India, and you're done in?
Who would have thought? I don't know. Look, to be honest, the whole experience was about, having the whole world fall in love with Shez, like showing our three beautiful children how brave and courageous and adventurous and hilarious their mum is. And then,
you sabotaged
I'm
it.
Bianca.
And now everybody has seen my
Beautiful,
stern
thoughtful
top
Tegan
lip,
is 35.
and that's what
She
they're
loves
left with.
reading, yoga,
bless
and she
you.
doesn't look around when it comes
Can we hear the moment
to
that Grant
lifting
passed
weights.
away in India after just having
Don't
to
be
touch a little
intimidated,
bit of
boys,
cow
but
poo
she's
and do one
kind,
dance
clever,
in some mild
and
people, and then Grant passed away.
110 kilos. She's got some hot, strong thighs. You're looking like you're going to faint. We need to find her a man who is gentle, funny, and she wants to start a family of her own. So you need to have baby daddy ambitions and bring your best dad jokes. So get in line.
At the end was concerning.
good scream.
That scream, I don't even think, was that my scream?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Okay.
I've heard that scream in many a situation,
All right.
both pleasurable and painful.
It's a bit-
Shezzy, I did see though, and Hughesy was saying that you wouldn't cry, you're tough, blah 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 blah, but you did get emotional. I saw it when you were talking about this, because what did you genuinely think had happened? Like you thought you might be taking the love of your life home in a body bag.
Yeah, I thought he was dying. He was doing this, the producer and I sat with him, and he was doing this, like grabbing at his heart, and then his jaw locked, and then he convulsed. And I thought, oh my God, he's dying in front of me here.
And what does that do to someone? Like, what is that? How
I
did you?
can't explain the feeling, because you've got cameras in your face, and you just, and I don't normally swear, and there were just swear words coming out. I was just like,
You've got tears in your eyes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Why? I mean, it's
Because
probably
you're triggering
stupid.
her?
Yeah,
That could be why.
because I'm talking about my husband. I'm just trying to make Hughesy feel bad.
No, but was there enough medical? Was there a good medical help close by, or were you worried?
No, there was, but because we'd finished the challenge and everybody had, was starting to move on when Grant started to look really crook, the medic had moved on to the final stage. And so you're in India. It's not easy to get around.
35 million people in New Delhi. And
So Grant's gone down.
You're not a celebrity in India either, right?
No.
Like, it's not like you can use your
Family
face.
Feud's not real big over there.
No, and there's hundreds of people coming up. Some of them were our Bollywood dance teachers saying, I am a doctor. And I'm going, well, this person's a doctor. And thankfully,
the tuk-tuk driver took us there. He goes, I'm also a doctor.
Yeah, it's
so
like
everyone was.
It's the most surreal experience.
What?
I don't know.
Well, for how long did this? I mean, obviously we're all laughing now, and we've had a great time this morning. But for how long were you genuinely concerned about Grant?
Probably about 40 minutes.
Yeah, right. Wow, it's the most stressful 40 minutes.
Yeah,
of your life.
we had a medic on the way, and I was it was critical for about 10 minutes. But about 40 minutes, because he kept coming back and he'd make jokes, and he kept saying to me, Shez, stop being dramatic. Why am I laying on the ground? Yeah. And when the person that you love isn't right. I've seen him, in many a awful circumstance,
Yeah,
and
actually, good point.
This was way beyond that.
Was this beyond the crash? Kind of really?
Yeah.
This was worse.
Yeah. It was so close, and I can laugh about it I guess now, but it's
sure?
still. I've had a lot of eyelashes stuck on today, so I'm going to try very hard not to cry.
Is there from now? Is it? Do you think he should change the way he lives his life?
Whoa.
Come on, man. Come on, mate.
Hey, look.
We are not reality TV.
I don't know.
No.
We've been doing a pretty good job of it so far. We've
So
made
we're
a few
saying
promos.
Never SAS Australia? You
No,
do it-
Jesus,
God,
no.
no. No, I'm even calling that no.
No, but even
Wife
Yana
swap.
Pittman said to us,
Wife swap.
Well, Yana Pittman was in
What did she
SAS
say?
Australia, and she was
Yes.
also in this with us. She said Amazing Race was heaps
she said
harder
this
than
is
SAS.
heaps harder. than
Oh.
this. Yeah.
So you
my
take that
God.
back, Ed Cavalier, how hard it was. It was 45 degrees.
Have you ever been in 45 degrees?
Yeah, have
Like,
you?
I've
I've
been
played
in.
tennis.
I lived in Indonesia
45
actually, so
degrees.
I
Okay, you-
did
So-
fair
for
point.
many
But
years.
the
but yeah.
humidity is so different, and
Awful.
you have
Yeah.
you're running, okay, you're racing,
Yeah.
and there's such adrenaline, and you have this motivation that kind of pushes you through probably your limits, and it
You also,
just,
you're not 25 anymore, are you?
We're
That's
not
the brutal
25.
reality. It's
God,
like-
you're making this worse, Hughesy. Are you going to say anything nice?
If we come in here for a pump up, this is really shit.
You're also old and decrepit, both of you, Okay, but I've got to ask you,
No, not
did you
at all.
get your full payment or did they dock your pay?
well, it depends how today goes. No, joke.
Was that a yes? No? Oh, did they
Yeah.
dock you?
No,
they're full pay.
You can't dock someone for a medical exit, surely.
No.
Have we been docked?
Have you been paid?
If I get home and the power's off,
No,
you go for-
we will be paid.
Full
Can you
amount.
sue? Can you get
Yeah,
compo?
fully. No, we're not
No,
suing.
there was
We're
no
not
negligence.
No,
It
we're,
sounds like, Shezzy, you've had some emotional stress. Good couple of hungy in that, babe.
personal trauma. Yeah. There it comes.
funny because I
Right,
did
Mister.
say to Grant that he owes me a lot, and after looking, I said I think I need 1,000 facials after watching that back.
All right, we got more.
I agree to that.
You
We're
guys
gonna
have got
come
a
back.
secret. They're
Yeah, they've got a
reveal
secret, but also
for
we
us.
need to ask about kids at the Bathurst 1000.
Yeah.
Erin's thinking of taking Eliza, 5 years old. Denia's to Bathurst. Don't
She's
hold
scared
back.
of the Barbie movie because it was too loud.
Oh
so
my
how do you
gosh.
reckon we'll go?
Drop her
Hold
off
that
at our
thought.
place on the way.
Oh wow!
The new Today FM.
We're glad that you can spend a couple of moments with us. We're very glad.
Look
And
what he's trying to do. It's
Oh, yeah.
pathetic, isn't it? The weaseling
because I feel
back
bad
in.
about how
Yeah.
lightly we've taken
No, don't
Grant's
say
medical.
we. This is not a we situation. I took it seriously from the start. So did
Well,
Ed.
Ed,
Ed was
how light
so
Ed- No,
intense.
no, no.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I think it's nonsense from day one.
but why we might think that is because of how funny Grant was during the medical
you.
episode. So, and there's evidence we're about to play of that. Grant, this is incredible that you could come up with jokes while you're looking at your wife who's thinking you're actually dying and you were doing jokes.
Well, I was aware as they were slapping me in the face, saying stay with me," that they were concerned that I was dying. So I was feeling bad that I'd created a traumatic experience for everyone who was there, right? So I felt like God, someone's really got to lighten the mood.
It's just like the band on the Titanic playing.
Yeah,
when it went
exactly.
down, isn't it?
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's have a listen, though, to you. A bit of it.
What's your name? Larry Emder.
Is that so? Your blood pressure's still elevated, which would be a sign and symptom of
Awesomeness.
obviously that your body's showing signs of stress.
Come on, man.
If he's not on the next series, if he's not on the next series, thank God you're here. I'll give up.
Yes.
That's your
Good
cut.
one.
That is full intro.
What's your name, Larry
Larry would have loved that, too. Larry would be all over
Jesse,
that.
were you laughing then? Was that you?
Oh, you can hear me in the background saying, "He's back. He's back."
Yeah.
Yeah. And at that point, I thought, no, I think we're back in the race. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know what just happened, but I think we're back in the race.
Now, we haven't got a lot of time, but we've got a secret, yeah? We've got a secret?
We've got plenty. Yeah.
All right, give us
I
a
don't
secret.
know. Oh, should we tell this one?
Yep, do it.
I don't know which one you're going to tell.
You know, you were looking at your wife
for
and
it.
not me. I'm saying do it.
Tell the birth preparation story.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yep, here we go.
You go.
Oh, why do I have to go?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. All right. So when you go in for a cesarean, you have to lay on the surgical table and, be prepared. So they always say to you, make sure that you shave off so there's no hair down there.
Yep.
I said to Grant, last time was really humiliating when I had our second child. I said, so I need you, can't see, massive belly, really
Yeah.
pregnant. I need you to get down there and shave it all off, prepare.
Like the whole thing? Or
Yeah,
just
the whole, like shave the whole thing, get in
Wow.
there. So Grant giggling to himself like a schoolboy, and I thought, this is weird. It's obviously bringing out some kind of fantasy, for him.
Yeah.
Until I get on the table and all the midwives start giggling and laughing, and they're calling in other doctors, and they're all coming in. I'm spread eagle naked on a cesarean table.
Oh, my God.
And they're all coming in and having a look, and I'm thinking, oh, my God, they're laughing at my bits. And I've never told another soul. And what the hell did you do?
I shaved an arrow in there. Pointing to the area.
Wait. Pointing downwards because
Yes.
that's a natural birth, or pointing up to where the baby was coming out?
To my vagina, apparently. And they'd never seen anything like it.
Let's go.
It's from here, guys. Take it from here.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the best. Thanks, legend.
Celebrity Amazing Race has lost its stars, but it's all true. The podcast continues to rule. Okay, thank you, Shezzy. Thank you, Greg.
The Hughesy, Ed and Erin podcast.